Welcome back to Akane-banashi episode 6. Last episode, if I remember correctly, was the episode where it was the teacher, and the teacher was basically like, you shouldn't, you know, commit yourself to Rakugo. It's not really a stable job for you and stuff. And then eventually she came to see Akane perform, and it was very wholesome and cute, and I love it. So I loved that episode. I've liked every episode of the show a lot so far. I can't wait to see where we go now, because I feel like, oh yeah, that's right, they talked about the Rakugo competition that was going to be judged by Isho Arakawa. Is that what his name is? Let me see if I have my notes. It would have been at the end of my notes of the previous episode. Yeah, Isho Arakawa, he's going to be the judge of the competition. So that's really exciting. I can't wait to see how this goes. So support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. And let's jump into this Akane-banashi episode 6. 6 story. Okay. Karaku Cup. Okay. So you're the reason that Akane can even perform in it. I thought you'd be more of a dick. She's being fine. Yeah, it feels like it would be a dying art, maybe. Now he's getting villain vibes. Win and you talk to him. There's a lot of good shit there. It's a decent point, I guess. It's not really a competition for you where you're going. Call him a dick. Yeah, give me some answers. Yeah. You're gonna say no? Oh, great! Thank you. Appreciate it. You can hear that. Jugemu. Oh, that's a story? Is it a tough one? Or is it the one her dad performed or something? I don't know. Oh, I'm really curious. Now, is that like a handicap? Is that like saying, like, win the singing competition, only singing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, you know? Or is it like really hard? Is it like, oh, you have to do I Will Always Love You? So it's like, yeah. Interesting. It won't surprise people or anything. Maybe you can add your own spin to it. Okay. I hope so. He won't. Is that Ishigami's voice actor? He's definitely a voice actor, I know, but I want to look it up. Is he in Haikyuu? I feel like he's Ishigami from Kaguya-sama. You're gonna see Isho Arakawa? He's doing it! Yeah, okay. Oh, that feels like that would hurt. Being on your knees on that bench. We're actually gonna see it now? Ah, I think I've heard about this story.
この長台詞を噛まずに一言一句粒立ててリズミ
Oh,
カルにテンポ
cool.
よく
Oh, cool.
すごいね。
Yeah?
すごい心臓。
Oh, that's what was impressive?
してる動画を見せてって意味だ。いきなり話始めたからびっくりした。つまり客のほとんどがジュゲムをやれる。そんな客相手に受けを取るのは簡単じゃない。
Yeah, how do you get laughs from something they know back to front?
予選と決勝、2回審査があるということ。
Are you gonna perform it twice?
当然他の出場者を予選と決勝で。
Yeah, you're gonna perform the same story twice? Oh my
予選
god.
も決勝もってことだよね。
That's so tough.
予選と決勝で同じ話をし
This is basically asking to
2回目となれば
lose.
客席の反応も落ちるし。君、ジュゲムの元々の下げ知ってる？
The original ending.
元々の下げはジュゲムが死ぬんだ。
Oh, Jesus. You gonna surprise him the second time you
友
perform
達と
it?
2人で川に落ち、ジュゲムは名前が長すぎるせいで助けを呼ぶのに時間がかかって帰らない。
Jesus, what a dark story
こ
ending.
のつけた名前のせいで子が死ぬ。
My
過ぎたは
god.
及ばざるが如しの皮肉が込められた話。君の言いたては未だ音だね。
Mm.
言葉になっていない。
Whoa, what a cool line. They're just sounds, they're not words yet. I love that.
学は及ばざるが如くせよだ。
You're not like understanding what you're saying properly.
小熊はよく勉強してるな
Aw, you knew her dad?
ただ僕が根に持つタイプだったってだけだよ。
Oh, you're frustrated at
じ
Isho
ゃあ僕行くか
Arakawa?
らあとはどうぞご勝手。
講座は勉強になるし
Okay.
小熊兄さんは
I'm so ready.
講座の上じゃ別人だ
Ooh, look at his hair! He's kinda hot, dude. Awesome.
さっきまでと全然違う。
That's so
前座は
cool.
人にあらずという言葉があります。当時は大変な人気で。
カラクハイの由来だな知らなかったのか
He's
それは
he's given some knowledge.
これはな今戸の狐っつう
This
話
is
だ
a Bimado.
内職も禁じられておりますから。
Jeez.
前座の稼ぎは
兄さんはお前に何かを伝えようとしてるんだろうよ
Then stop talking over him so I can hear it.
涼介もその一人。その頃江戸ではサイコロを使った博打が大流行り。
聞けば聞くほど知らなかったこと
Yeah,
が
I
分
mean,
か
it's
って
he's a very educational
落語の中の世
Rakugoka.
界が広がっていく。知る面白さ。
Yeah, it's
落語
cool.
ってこんな面白さがあったん
He's
だ
like the Dr. Stone of Rakugo.
小熊兄さんは自分がやる話を時代背景から風俗
So he really understands all of it, you know.
しっかり下調べしないと不安で堂々とやれないって言ってたっけ
Makes sense.
逆に調べない理由を教えてよ。
俺が寺子屋荒川小熊の落語だ
Terakoya.
なんだいこりゃ。狐です。これじゃねえ。俺が言ってんのは骨の際だ。お向かいのおかみさんです。
Nice. It's really interesting, like you do the punchline as you bow, the final bit.
前髪上げたら
Oh, is that why he wears his hair like that in performances?
さて、どうなるか。
Oh, is he Suki's voice actor in Haikyuu? Is that the same person as
で
Ishigami?
は私の方で
It kind of just hit me.
江戸時代に関する本でおすすめってありますか？
She's gonna study up.
またなんで？私も
She's learning from
まだ
everyone.
何がどう生き知ることでしか私は前に進めない。
See, Rakugo's gonna help with their studies as well.
何ありすぎて絞れませんね。 歴史系の書籍がいいかしら。
Historical
でも
volume.
山本周五郎の小説はマストや。図鑑や食生活の本も面
いや
白いし。
本当に
This is really like asking a passionate hobbyist.
図書室に行きましょう。
何してるんですか？
ね、今の漫才やコントなんかのブームに勝るとも劣らないムーブメントを落語でも起こせると思うんです。
Okay, dude.
ブームを作るのはいつだって若い才能。また言ってる。そういう
Seems like this guy's gonna be
からかい
a bigger
僕すっ
character.
ごく楽しみなんです。
Seems like. We'll see.
東大荒川一生をはじめとする実力派の審査員たち。
Ooh.
司会は新進気
あー
鋭の荒川海星。
Kaisei.
そこの数力レース会社利制御の制御の分量。
特別な大会になる。
Amazing. Really great, man. I can't wait for this tournament. It's so they're setting it up really, really well. It's such a juicy tournament arc idea because it's like it's immediately like it's our first major tournament arc. And so like that on its own is exciting, but also like the main villain of the series is the judge of it, and if you win you get to talk to him, so like she could achieve one of her goals if she wins this, and also she's got the restriction put on her of having to perform Jugemu and also perform it twice and win with it. Like that's incredibly difficult. There's so much stuff there that I think is such a good setup. That I think this could be an incredible tournament arc, and I cannot wait. I hope next week we like start the tournament. That would be fun. But yeah, this is really cool, and I like watching this show because also like there's so much about Rakugo that also just applies to like acting skills, which I was trained in acting for many years, for a good portion of my life. Is I like all throughout high school I went to an acting school called Actors Inc. and then after that I was part of a acting agency for a bit, where they would also do some courses that would teach you things about acting and stuff. So like I've been taught by a lot of professionals about acting, and like there's a lot of stuff in this that like I'm watching and I'm going, yeah, this is bringing back memories, you know? Like I really like the idea of like when he's listening to the story and then he's like, your enunciation's great, but you're saying sounds, you're not saying words. And I think that is like, that's really true, and you can tell that in acting. Like I feel like a lot of the time when I'm watching something and I hear someone say a certain line, I will very often go like, oh, the actor didn't know the context of that line. Like very often, and it's like they performed the line fine, but in fact the tone that they used was not the tone that you would use in response to that the person they're speaking to. So it generally means either the director didn't give them the proper context, or they didn't get to hear the line beforehand, or they like, you know, something, or they just like accidentally performed it like that, but it was a good enough performance that they were like, all right, that's good, we're moving on, you know. And like I wonder if the actor themselves, because I feel like this is very common, the actor themselves would be like, damn it, like I wish we could have redone that line because I would have done it differently. But like let me try to think of an example. Hold on. So like, let me just give you like a really, this one's like a really simple, I think, basic example. But maybe this will illustrate what I'm talking about. Like, let's say I'm making up a scene right now that like, you have this person and this person. So you have to look at me to see who's talking, right? So this person is like, oh, did you remember to pick up the 8 pizzas for the party? And then this person goes, yeah, I got the 8 brownies. 8 brownies? What happened to the pizza? Right? So this performance here, 8 brownies? What happened to the pizza? Like, that is a fine performance of that line, but it's the wrong way to say it. Instead, you have to go, 8 brownies? What happened to the pizza? You know? The point of that line is that that this person said the wrong food. They got the wrong food, right? So like all this person read when they looked at the script. They read the script. And what they read was 8 brownies and then like an interrobang, exclamation point, question mark. So they read that it says 8 brownies in capital letters and maybe a exclamation point and question mark, and they go, okay, so this is supposed to be a surprised line, right? They are shocked by this. So they just read the line and they go, okay, so 8 brownies, because they're in their head, they're going, the line is like, that's a lot of brownies, right? So 8 brownies, but in fact it's supposed to be 8 brownies. It's like a very small thing. But I hear it all the time in media where it's like they emphasize the wrong thing because they were performing what that line was rather than the line in the context of the scene. And it's not, I would not blame actors for that. It happens all the time with even the most professional actors, because it happens sometimes. I mean, you have a lot of lines to perform a lot of the time. Sometimes the context of certain ones gets a bit lost. And so it happens, but that I think is like very much like a very basic explanation of like what the idea of, not just sounds and not words, like what that truly means and how important that is to acting, because sometimes like to know how to perform, and I mean, as I said, that's a very basic example. That's like I was trying to give you an example of one that hopefully like anyone would be able to understand what's wrong with that one, but sometimes it's like much more subtle things in the line that that you can just tell is a little bit off. And so, yeah, and I like that a lot. It is a reason that whenever I was doing acting, my acting teacher knew that I had such a disdain for this. And that was, I hate performing Shakespeare. I hate performing Shakespeare. Shakespeare performances suck, man. That was one of my least favorite things to perform ever. Because Shakespeare is famously really hard to understand the context of the scene. Now, he's got some excellent stories, and obviously he's an incredible writer, but it's really, really difficult to understand the way, like what each line means without like diving into it deeply. And to perform it, you have to understand what every line means. So like when I was in acting class, I had to perform like some sort of love scene or whatever where this girl was obsessed with my character. I forgot what it was, but a girl was obsessed with my character and I was making quips or something. And it's like just the first few times reading that scene, I was like, every single line is gibberish. I don't know how to perform it. I can say it fancily. Like if I just look up a random Shakespeare passage, passage. Like, just give me some random passages. Okay. What's he that wishes so? My cousin Westmoreland? No, my fair cousin. If we are marked to die, we are enow. To do our country loss, and if to live, the fewer men, the greater share of honor. God's will! I pray thee, wish not one man more. By Jove, I am not covetous for gold, nor care I who doth feed upon my costs. It yearns me not, if men my garments wear, such outward things dwell not in my desires, but if it be a sin to covet honor, I am the most offending soul alive. Now, that is just me reading it without knowing, like, I understood little bits and pieces there of, like, what is being said, but I don't know the context of the scene. I don't know really what he's saying. That's just me performing it, like just performing the sounds, not the words. And the thing is, like, when you have at least a baseline of acting, you can almost make it sound like you know what you're talking about, but people aren't going, there's a real difference, because like if you watch really great professional actors performing Shakespeare properly, it makes you understand the context of the scene way more, even if you don't know what they're saying. And that's kind of something that's incredible, like that is what's really cool. is I've seen some amazing actors performing Shakespeare stuff, and I've been like, I think I get this scene just because of how they're saying it to each other. I think I know what these words mean now. And so that's the thing. The actor needs to know, because then they're able to get that across to the audience if they do it right. And it's really, really difficult. It's an incredibly difficult thing to do. And some actors fucking love Shakespeare. I cannot stand doing it. And I would rather do something that is like not just easier, but also like, I don't know. I also tend to like more modern works anyway. But yeah, so that's like that's why I really liked that line about it just sounds not words. But also there like the Jugemu thing is fun, like the whole idea of this being like a tongue twister story is really cool, and I like hearing the actress perform it, and I can't wait to hear her perform it in the tournament. And it's really cool. I would do my tongue twister before, like when warming up, was one that I learned in Actors Inc. And it was what to do to die today at a minute or two to two. A thing distinctly hard to say, but a harder thing to do. For there'll be a tattoo at 2 today, a rat-a-tattoo at 2, and the dragon will come when he hears the drum at a minute or two to 2 today at a minute or two to 2. Hey. And then there was Trinidad and the big Mississippi and the town Honolulu and the Lake Titicaca. The Popocatépetl is not in Canada, rather in Mexico, Mexico, Mexico. Canada, Malaga, Rimini, Brindisi. Canada, Malaga, Rimini, Brindisi. Canada, Malaga, Rimini, Brindisi. Yes, Tibet. So like that was what I was taught. And that's a good way to like get your consonants. Like it's not necessarily about it being hard to say. I mean, you can do red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Like for these things that are like really hard to say. Toy boat. Like these things that are really difficult to say. But it's more about like you want to be able to say it and do it with some pace, but also make sure you get the consonants out. What to do to die today at a minute or two to 2. A thing distinctly hard to say, but a harder thing to do. Like they would make it like try to get us to be very clear with the consonants we use. So yeah, like I wonder how I would do like a Jugemu story. Now the thing is, my enunciation I don't think is that great. I think it's one of my big weaknesses is I tend to enunciate weirdly, I think. And my words tend to run together and stuff. I think I'm a very fast talker, but also I'm someone who has like a kind of a stutter. So that combination is not great. It's not super helpful. But so yeah, sometimes I feel like when I perform lines they come out awkward because I'm trying too hard to enunciate, and then I do it unnaturally, and then if I don't try to enunciate, instead it comes out sounding bad because I'm not enunciating properly. It's difficult. But yeah, anyway, I cannot wait for this tournament, man. I love this show. That's Akane-banashi episode 6. Thank you for joining me. Support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account for full-length, early access, and exclusive videos. I will see you next time. Goodbye.